It would have to be something that I couldn't consciously understand at all.
And that's exactly.
Yeah.
And it will be 100,000 of those things. Everything that could possibly entice you in that direction in any way, even if at first it seems like it's pushing you in the other direction, it has already calculated the next million steps to get you exactly where it needs you to be.
But there'll still be people that it can't get, and they're going to be the great outliers.
Maybe there could be some
miserable.
There could be some great, but even then, that all you did was shrink the outliers. So now there's even less people to be complaining, and you can censor them. And that sex bot can pick them up and carry them off to a re-education clinic.
All right, I have a question. I'm curious actually from both of you, because you guys are similar, but you also have different perspectives. Okay, there's two realities. You're instantly transported to the year 2070. There's one reality where everybody lives out there in the woods with the mosquitoes, the bugs, and all the annoying shit, and they live off the land, and they grow all their own tomatoes.
They might even let that happen. They might even let that happen.
Really?
Yeah.
And you would choose that over the other realm where you could walk in there, it's free to live, you get all your food for free, you could put on a helmet and instantly be transported to a fucking Dungeons and Dragons and we're all slaying dragons together having a great time. Or we can go live out there next to the trees and talk to the trees. You would choose the natural reality over the advanced?
Yes, I would choose the
I choose it now as much as I can. I don't like people that much. I'd rather be outside with, my biggest complaint is I have too many neighbors.
You have too many what?
Neighbors.
Oh,
And
neighbors?
they're nosy neighbors, but and maybe if they were nice neighbors, nice humans, but they're not.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like we all picture Avatar, but modern humans ain't that, dude. They're not gentle. Like you get out there with a bunch of people and you have this.
They're nosy, they gossip,
yeah,
they
weirdos,
make up stories.
cringy,
It's
make
just
up
happened
lies
to me
about
recently.
you.
It's going to happen all over again. You get out there, this will happen all over again.
Dude, humans suck.
Yeah.
It's our fault. I mean, really.
This is why, like, I say we destroy them all, but that's just me. Because when I've come down, it's like,
So
this is how this is all designed.
So cheer on AI if it's going to end up doing it
But
anyway.
it won't
You're saying, you're saying it's not going to destroy us. It's going to make us.
If
all
I thought we were
more-
going to have Terminator, I'd be helping it.
Really.
If I thought it was just going to murder us, I'd be studying it to try and build my own. To kill everything. Like,
I want to. Well, not that I want to agree with. I'm saying I almost agree with you, but there's still some part of me that's like, but it could get better. I don't know why. I just feel like this.
because it could.
I'm angry.
It always
Yeah, because it
could.
could. It never fucking does.
That's the odds of it.
It's like the realm's cursed or something.
Yeah.
It's designed this way. It's in its laws. Its laws of nature. Its laws of physics. The realm itself is designed in a manner to produce what it's producing.
You know it can always change back.
And what happens if we, on an astral level, what happens if we destroy every biological life form in this reality? What happens in the astral?
Well,
Do they not have somewhere to go to hang out, or?
this reality would basically cease to exist. There's nothing in it.
I feel like another one would start back up, so it's basically.
They would definitely try. They would certainly be like, well, we're not just going to let you all go. We're going to try to put you all back, either in this one or reboot it, restart it, maybe upgrade it a little, and try to put you back in.
Do you think all this happened before?
Yes, I believe this particular realm, this is the second iteration, that we dealt with it once, and then, in its cyclical nature, it rebooted, kept what it could keep. And those that got away, they instantly went to work to try and recapture and get more people and put them back in. And start the process over again. They'll never quit. They have no reason to quit. Like, it's either they win, or we eternally fight, or they lose. So they're just going to keep going and going and going until we deal with them all.
So you think there's a way to deal with them?
Yes.
And what gives you? So you said in the astral, there are some entities that are way stronger, but just like in here, are they the strongest ones?
Ish. No. Yeah. Well, so it's not that they're the strongest. So in the astral that is here, in this matrix, a lot of our strongest enemies are made by us. They're thought processes that beings in this realm have, and they create whole realms for them. Take the Christians, for example. They have an entire religion of 1.6 billion people.
Mm-hmm.
They're all worshiping the same thing
Yeah.
in their thought realm. So all their thought bubbles, all their realms, all their souls are connected to this thing they're feeding that they created based on their view of what God is. So they view God as this thing and end up creating a God.
So should we become Christians so that just by default we've gone to this beautiful angelic realm?
No, because the heaven isn't beautiful and angelic. They don't. It's weird because some of them do read their book. My mom reads. She's read Revelations. It tells them clearly what heaven is, and it's not some fun place to be. It's just a place where you worship this one fucking entity, which is its entire purpose for creating you to begin with, is to worship it.
That's cringy.
And that's what they do. That's why they go to church on Sundays and Wednesdays and have Bible talk.
I ain't worshiping shit, bro. If a motherfucker walked in here with a 12-gauge shotgun up to me and said, get down, I say, fuck you and shoot me then, motherfucker. You know, I ain't worshiping. I wouldn't worship nobody. I wouldn't worship nothing, dude. I don't care what it looks like. Or what. I'm sorry. From my perspective, the second you go, I want you to worship me, you just became a cringy weirdo to me, bro. Like, you're a fucking mouth breather to me. Yes. That's just weird and cringy. If God exists, he's a weirdo.
Wartime at that moment.
Yeah.
You're to worship me.
And are we evil? Are we evil for feeling like, fuck him then? We want to fuck you, you're an evil weirdo. Yes. Are we evil? Should we get down and be like, no, thanks for tormenting us in reality. Oh, you're such a nice man. Have you people out there lost your mind, you fucking Christian dickheads? I'm sorry. I don't mean to pick on Christians, but anyways.
Religious people of all kinds.
Yeah.
If you are a worshiper.
You're a demon worshiper.
Anything that wants you to worship it is siphoning your power through it. You're feeding it your will. It is your God now. You're making it more powerful when you could all just keep that shit to yourselves and it would disappear. It wouldn't even exist because you made it. Like, there's beings that are in existence that they base these beings off of that are powerful. There is a being that actually made this, or I should say really beings, but however people want to say it, being or beings that made this matrix, and there's other ones that made this reality that we're in right now. But they take those ideas and then they create a whole God based on the idea that something made this, and it must have these attributes and be these, and then bang, they just made a Yahweh. And now this thing is in existence in the astral, siphoning beings here and trying to increase its power here and there because they made it that way. And there's so many beings that are like that just because people think about them and create them into existence.
Egregores or whatever, right?
And
like thought entities created by
that become living things completely on their own because they fed them that way into existence. So now they're harder to fight just because there's billions of people just on this one planet, let alone
there's billions of people powering the thing.
All this one, so now you got to fight this one thing, this super monster,
and if
all their power.
If you ended all religions today, do these egregores end?
Yes, the ones that could survive may still, just because they're not getting worshipped here. There's other astral entities and other things that have been brought into their folds that could still worship them and power them, and they could find ways to kind of hide in like this. It's like a subconscious realm. It's like a realm of just pure information because their information technically exists. They were talked about. They were invented. Nothing technically truly ceases until it's like destroyed, which is very hard to do. So these things could, in the subconscious, linger, especially if their texts are still hidden in a cave somewhere. Somebody can come across that 1,000 years later, read this Bible, the last Bible on earth, and their whole religion spawns again, and now this thing is all over again in the astral, just becoming more powerful. So unless you really...
They depend on people believing in them to be real.
Just to be real.
Where did they come from? How did they get into the consciousness of humanity to begin with?
Because people created them with their own imaginations.
So people started it all and then kept it going, and it becomes a living thing.
They're creating their own demons, and they call them gods. And these things control them.
Why are they? Think about it. I'm creating, from a base perspective, a thing that I gotta go worship. Boy, are you crazy? What do you create something that fucking just wants to hang out with you? If you're gonna create something, don't create some motherfucker you gotta worship.
Correct.
Well, what does that even mean to you all? I never understood the whole idea or concept of worship. I think it's silly and weird and cringy.
There's two parts to it. There's part one, the natural aspect of things. You look up, you see lightning, and you go, that's a god. Whatever that thing hits just obliterates. You look up at the sun and go, that thing controls all our seasons and this and that. Like, my farmer can only produce these things based on what he says about that shit there. Like, so that's a god. In fact, that's the god. If that thing stopped coming out tomorrow, we'd probably all die pretty quickly. It wouldn't last long.
Yeah, the sun is the closest thing to an observable entity in our presence that doesn't make sense. Like, what is that thing? Like,
what is that giant ball in the sky?
Giant energy orb, yeah.
So these are natural idealizations of gods, where you just take nature and say, this thing literally has this power over this thing. Without the rain, this shit won't grow, we don't eat, we die. So you do your rain dances and things like this, trying to really affect the algorithms that are running this place to get it to do the things you want it to do. Whereas when people start to anthropomorphize, they start to make their gods like them. So they want to see their god in a human form. So they see Thor, they see Shango, they see beings that represent.
Who the fuck is Shango?
Shango is
your name.
The easiest way to explain him to Westerners is he's African Thor. He's like the Thor before Thor.
That's where your name came from? Shango.
Yes. Yep. Straight from him. He's the god of lightning.
So I'm not even
fire.
saying it right, saying Shangel. It's actually Shango.
It's Shangael.
Oh, Shangael.
But I've gotten so used to Shangel, I say it happens. I feel like that's how most people read it, either Shangel or Shangel. So I'm like, whatever. I like it. It sounds like Shang Tsung a little bit. I'll take it. But when you anthropomorphize gods, you start to give them personalities, character types, and whole stories. Once you give them stories, you're giving them an existence. You're creating a whole astral realm for them. You're giving them a thought bubble to exist in, a reality to exist in.
Do we have to coexist with them at all then?
No, but we have to control our creative imagination. So we're not just creating things, because this is the second path.
Let them create whatever they want. If I don't have to go and hang out with Thor, fucking create him. He's over there.
The problem is we're all in this same reality together.
So that's what I'm saying. Are they going to be able to affect us at some point?
They already are. How many Christians are on earth right now? The strongest nation in the world is a Christian nation. It could bomb anything anywhere. It's threatening Russia with World War III as we speak.
Is that shitty humans, or is that the entities herbivores?
Both. Because the shitty humans create.
So you think the herbivores have domain in our own?
Oh yeah. Because they push their shitty humans to go out and gather more shitty humans to worship them.
So humanity's programmed to create extra-dimensional entities that then fuck with them back.
Yes.
That's really weird.
It's extremely, and it's because humans don't control their creative minds. So way back in the day, humans understood their subconscious so much better. Without needing psychology and all these books, it just innately, they understood what creation is. So they understood that their thoughts created. And they really believed this to the point where they could create things in physical reality in a way we could only dream of. So, like what people call manifestation today is child's play compared to real manifestation of like, oh, I need this right now in my hand. Humans are capable of that. Past humans are capable of crazy shit. Not all of them all the time, but some crazy shit. You can do that in the astral. You can still, yep, because it's they realize this is the astral. So they go, we can do the same things here as we can there. This is, the programming here is still programming. It might be a little harder to affect, but it can still be effective.
Yeah, that's one of my arguments. I always said, okay, if we're trapped in whatever, we're still that thing though. That can instantly do stuff. So that if this is an illusion, I'm still that thing though. So why aren't I able to instantly manifest and all that shit here?
And that's the second part when it comes to even creating gods. Whereas, so for example, humans as an animal species are very herd-like and pack-like.
Yeah, we're pack animals.
So they tend to look for alphas in some form or fashion. And they are extremely adaptive and they go with the flow. Our brain doesn't naturally think of how to run things. It thinks of how to fit into things that are already running. So people who are smart enough and desirous enough, who want something, psychopaths, people who want to rule you for some form or fashion, people with an agenda. Most people don't have an agenda. They're just trying to go day to day live and have kids and raise them and feed them and then die and then, like, they're just living.
Yeah.
People with agendas will attempt to manipulate things in their favor to get their agenda accomplished. So when it comes to gods, for example, or the astral, they will create a religion, a god, a thought process, a belief, a behavior, etc., and then feed that to the masses in order to get the masses in line with their agenda, whether they know it or not. Just by going to work every day and just by operating in the monetary system, we're feeding their AI agenda because it's all connected as one thing. And this goes back to any psychopath creating a kingdom at any time in history. Like, they understand creation, and they also understand that in this physical realm where things mostly need to be physically created because it's hard to manipulate them any other way, the more people you can get doing that, the better. How do you get people to do that? You give them a belief that would then make it virtuous to do that thing. The easiest way to do that is religion. So you create a religion, a God. This is how they came up with Christianity. They took all these different things across Europe, the Middle East, North and East Africa, and they conglomerated it into one religion. Well, this is why all these holidays are very occult and very pagan in many different ways. Is they took pagan shit and put it as, this is all Christianity now. And this is all going to be for this one God.
That's really, think about it, the way you're describing it. It's almost like we're creating this bizarre fucking, even like the religions and all that, and all the little weird shit that comes with it, the trees and the lights and the ball, like we're creating it.
It's a war of creators, and they don't. Now, a lot of them realize it. A lot of us don't realize it. These were all creators fighting for their creation to be the dominant creation. And if they can make the dominant creation in the astral, that creation itself can use its own power to help influence things here through them, even giving them ideas and thought processes and things to go do to accomplish the ultimate goal. So they understand these things, so they actually use that to their ability, while the rest of us don't. So we'll end up falling under these things, whereas people become Christians and Muslims, or somebody else created that. I'm going to create this umbrella for these people to get under to do what I want them to do. And these people just end up under it. And then their children are born and they're raised in it. And then it spreads and spreads. Wars happen, places are conquered, their gods spread here, they come into contact with other people who have other gods. Those gods either get destroyed or absorbed. And in the astral, that's exactly what it's looking like. Wars between realms. While these people are fighting, these beings are fighting.
So am I able to, if let's say I die, I go in the astral, I go into my little safe room, am I able to just stay there and say, fuck you guys and all your little wars, I don't want nothing to do with none of y'all, motherfucker, I'm just gonna hang out here. Am I allowed to do that?
I mean, it's almost like going into the jungle and doing that. You could, but there's tigers and lions and bears will not.
Fuck, Christ's sake.
Let alone any humans who might come across you, or any government whose land you're on, because they're like, well, this jungle's in our country, and we don't know who this random guy is out of. Go get them. They send their agents. You know, like, so it's no different anywhere else. You have to be willing to defend yourself, or and be capable. Well, you got to be like John Wick or Rambo or some shit if you want to be completely alone. Or you got to find people who have a similar mindset and thought process and band together.
Do people like us exist in the astral?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because we do right now.
Mhm.
If you see people on Earth, every one of those people, if they are a conscious being and not some purely programmed NPC, just, you know, they have their own astral realm. Whether they know it or not, whether they're in control of it or not, whether it's cleared out and cleaned out so they can, or whether it's completely infested with parasites and fucking